Tired of giving everything and getting less in return? Tired of being the one who always reaches out first? Who overthinks, overextends, and waits on people who barely show up? There's a reason nothing seems to stick. Not the relationships, not the peace, not the progress. It's not bad luck. It's not timing. It's the energy behind the effort. Because chasing never creates connection. It creates resistance. And what's meant to come will never respond to desperation. Most people have been taught to prove themselves, to perform for love, to hustle for validation, to stay close to what confuses them, just to feel something. They overgive, over-apologize, over-explain. They pour themselves into people, jobs, spaces, and situations, hoping something will finally click, hoping someone will finally see the worth that's been there the whole time. But the more they chase, the more life slips through their hands. Not because they're not enough, but because they're moving from the wrong place. Not from confidence, but from fear. Not from clarity, but from emptiness. Stillness changes everything. When the chase ends, something else begins. A return to peace, to self-respect, to alignment. People stop tolerating mixed signals. They stop entertaining maybes. They stop looking for permission to feel whole. They start moving with calm. They start reclaiming time, energy, and dignity. They start attracting without lifting a finger. Because when energy is no longer scattered chasing what doesn't serve, it gathers strength. And from strength comes magnetism. Detachment is often misunderstood. It's not pretending not to care. It's not silence laced with resentment. It's not ghosting to gain power. It's stillness that comes from knowing what's meant will never require chasing. Yet most people confuse chasing with effort. They confuse attachment with loyalty. They stay too long in places that stop choosing them. They ignore the signs, respond to every message, try to fix what's never been theirs to fix. And in doing so, they become exhausted versions of who they used to be. The shift begins in silence. Let what's unclear become quiet. Stop decoding words that never match actions. Stop chasing closure from people who benefited from confusion. Withdraw energy from where it's not honored, not out of spite, but because energy is currency. And not everything deserves investment. Rebuild structure. When external things fall apart, internal discipline becomes the anchor. Sleep, nutrition, movement, focus, simplicity. Create from stillness. Build in silence. Heal in private. Let progress become the proof. Stop explaining. Power doesn't announce itself. It just moves differently. Let absence speak where presence was once wasted. When the chase ends, the clarity begins. Relationships shift, opportunities multiply, peace returns, not because things magically improve, but because energy stops leaking. People begin to feel the difference, the grounded presence, the calm refusal to beg, force, or explain. That energy is rare. It turns heads, it moves rooms, it attracts without needing to chase, because everything that's meant comes when the noise is gone, when the performance ends, when self-worth no longer depends on external response. The version of life that's being chased was never built to last. It was built on effort, not alignment, on longing, not wholeness. But the moment the chase ends, the right things begin to find their way in. Not because of force, but because the person stopped running. Stillness speaks louder than desperation ever could. And when peace becomes the priority, everything else begins to respond.